name's Ben. I was told I need a hobby, so I guess this is gonna it's gonna be my hobby. Man, all jokes aside, man, I'm creating this channel just to help people. Maybe touch somebody. Maybe you come across this video and you're going through hard times. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I know deeply. I deal with a lot of depression. I honestly tried to cope with it in a way that I shouldn't have. I'm not gonna go in full detail, but people that know me know I'm a big drinker, mainly beer, and I don't advise anybody. I don't promote it, but yeah. So I use alcohol to kind of drown out my depression, and it's caused me to lose a lot. And I won't go into the story, but last night hit rock bottom, and I gave it up. For the first time in a very long time, I realized that drinking's not gonna solve any problems of mine. It's not going to bring back people that I pushed away. And for the ones I haven't, I hope you know that I'm really sorry. I didn't never mean for all this to happen. And you know who you are. I don't have to promote that. You'll see this video eventually. But I will go on to say that, yeah, last night was pretty rough. I kind of hit rock bottom, and I was just on the edge. And a buddy of mine helped me out, and then God helped me out. And instead of picking up my last 2 beers, I dumped them down the sink. And I found a Bible that was given to me 2 years ago. Very appreciated for it. I don't know how things would have happened if I hadn't contacted him last night. I told him he saved my life. I'll go into that far in detail, but that's about it. I don't know, it's been a lot, man. Like, my mom died 3 years ago, and I never got over it. I know life moves on and people come and go, but I never got over losing the woman that brought me in this world. And the horriblest thing is I watched her. I held her hand, and I wish that on no one. Watching somebody that gave birth to you, gave your name, got on to you, whipped you, but at the same time, always had good advice when you needed it. I mean, to watch that person fade away and knowing that you're never going to have that. I have a message in my phone. I still carry it today. It was from my mom. I think it was when she first got admitted into the hospital. I told her I loved her. And she said she loved me too. That was pretty much our text. It wasn't very long. I'm not really a phone person. I would rather talk to you like I'm talking now, but present. But yeah, that was always our conversations. I love you. Or if she needed something, she would text me and say, hey, can you give me that? I'll be like, yes, ma'am. So yeah. I kind of pushed a lot of people away, man. girl that I was with for 5 years. I didn't really push her away, but I told her I needed space to work on myself, and that's what I'm trying to do here. This video blog is basically about my progress, and also to help people that are going through the same. Look, I'm here to help you, man. Like, if you're going through what I'm going through, reach out. Shoot me a comment, man, so I can get to maybe... no spammers, please. Real people that are going through real problems. I don't want jokes or laughters on here. This is like some serious, deep stuff, man. Like, you really need to be, like, real with me. Yeah, so... Yeah, I told her we needed space, and I think in the long run that God's doing it for a reason, because I truly still love her, and I know she still loves me. But that's not what I'm on here for. I'm on here to talk about when you're going through rough times, man. I got some verses I found just talking about dealing with depression. Look, I'm not a good pronouncer. I want to say this is Psalms 34, chapter 8. It says, this verse states that Lord is close to... Let me go back and read it. I tend to, when I'm talking to people, tend not to read it good. This verse states that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit, and emphasizing God's presence in our pain. So, my version of breaking that down is, for 3 years and a lot longer, I've used alcohol to try to kill my depression. It doesn't work. It only makes problems worse. For maybe a good hour, you feel good. You're out hanging with buddies, and and you're drinking. Or maybe you're at a bar and you're shooting pool, and you're down 6 already. Like, don't go to bars. It's not worth it. I won't even get into that. I'm not a bar person. I've been to them, but I'm not a very good bar person. But yeah, so my channel is to basically talk about my new journey. Today I started my first day of being sober. And when I mean that, I'm not an alcoholic, but I don't want to drink alcohol anymore. It's just causing more problems, and eventually it would lead to me becoming an alcoholic. I've got 3 kids that look up to me, and 2 don't live with me. 1 does. It's just me and him at the moment. So I've got more responsibilities, and I can't let alcohol take over my responsibilities as a father. So, in reality, we just have to give our problems to Him. And I think that's what this is talking about. It's talking about take your depression and anxiety and give it to God. 1, you save money. 2, you don't feel sick the next day. And 3, maybe the people that you pushed away will come back eventually. In life, if it's meant to be, and God sees it fit for you, that person will be back. But you gotta change. You can't have somebody come back in your life and be the same, ignoring them, not listening to what they tell you, thinking you're right more than when you're thinking you're right more, thinking you're right when you're mostly probably wrong. picking arguments just because you want the satisfaction of filming. And I've been there. I've done it, man. I've done it, and I pushed that. I wouldn't say I pushed them away. I needed to work on myself. I want that person back in my life. I do. She means, her and her son mean a lot to me. A lot. And I know people may think, well, if somebody means something that much to you, why did you tell them you need space? Because I couldn't continue to allow what was happening to go on. If we want that person in our life and we want to be a better person for that person, and I do. And I made a commitment last night, and I've kept hold to it today. I know it's not going to be easy. There's going to be days that I don't want that beer, but I just can't do it. Financially, I can't keep spending money on poison. That's what I call it now, poison. That's what it is. And if I'm going to get that person back in my life that I honestly need, I've got to change. And I've got to self-love first. I used this version to somebody the other day. I was like, in order to love somebody to the fullest, you got to love yourself. I mean, if you don't love yourself, how can you love a woman or your own kids? And I know some people go, oh, that's harsh. But that's not. Because, like, if I don't love myself, then how can I love somebody else? So, that's my goal, is to self-love and pray to God that that person comes back to me, that I can get that, I like to call it my better half, back in my life. So, I think if we give our problems to God instead of alcohol, I think our life will get better day by day. May not notice it right away, but eventually your wallet's bigger, your stomach gets smaller. No offense, but if you drink beer, you're gonna get a belly. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, alright, look, man, like, you want to drink, that's up to you. This is my video of why I quit, and why I've changed my life and gave my life to God again. It's been a long time. I got baptized at 19. I'm 39. You do the math. That's a long time. It's a long time to be away from God. He never left me. I just ignored him. And I've brushed with death a few times, so it's scary, because I am a firm believer that if you don't trust in God and you're not saved and baptized in the Holy Spirit, don't expect heaven to welcome you in with open arms. And I do not want to know what the other side's like. No, sir. Not at all. Or ma'am. So. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think if we give our problems to God and not spend our money on poison, I think our life is going to get better financially, well-being, and relationship-wise with people that we've disconnected from. So, if you see this video and you're going through that same problem, I challenge you to ask God. If you don't know God, amen, get with somebody, go to church, get with a pastor. I'm not saying go to church and say you want to be saved right off the bat. It's got to be committed. It's a lifestyle. It's like bodybuilders say, it's a lifestyle. You're not just going to be like, hey God, I need you when times are hard. You need him when times are good. It's like I told that person I'm talking about that, you know, I want to get better for her, because I want to be there for her in the good times, but more for her in the bad times. And if you truly love somebody, that's when you gotta really be there for them, is when things are going rough, man. That shows love, commitment, passion, and women love that. I know some may not admit to it, but they truly love when a man's passionate and committed when they're down and out. Not arguing with them. If you're arguing with a woman when she's down and lowish, you're not going to help her. And if you're her man, it's not good. You better treat her right, because I've learned from past relationships, if you don't, somebody will. I don't want that in this one. I don't want to rush it, but I don't want it in this one. Because she was good to me. She cared about me. And I let that kind of fade away due to my depression and losing my mind. And a lot of my family had told me, hey, open up to her. And I never did. I opened up to her last week on text about why I'm depressed. It goes way back. Like, way back. When I was 17. But I won't get on that topic. So yeah, that verse, I think instead of us spending our money on poison to feel good for an hour and feel like death the next day, depending on how bad you get carried away, give it to God, man. Pick that Bible up. I found that Bible last night. It probably saved me. I broke down crying. I flopped to my knees, and for the first time since I gave my life to God at 19, I honestly meant it. Like, I hit rock bottom, man. For the first time in my life. I've said it before, but no, this was rock bottom. Like, this was deep and harsh, man. I felt so alone. Like, I tried to text other friends, and then look, nobody's world revolves around me. I totally understand it, man, but I don't know, like, when you really want to talk with somebody or need somebody, and you don't, when you're deeply lonely, you don't get that response after you text them, it's like, do I matter to you? But yeah, luckily, one of them did respond to me, because I honestly think it saved me. Between him and God, it saved me. And the funny thing was, there was a song that I've listened to all day. It's called Spirit Leads Me. I've heard it before on a few videos from YouTube. But yeah, it popped up on my list. I honestly never had it on any of my lists on my YouTube. I keep a list of music I listen to, and I listen to that song all day today. And there's a part in that song that says, "I'm yours and yours and you're mine." That's all I want with this person, and she gave me that, and I took it for granted. Now, understandably, I'm the one that asked for separation. I did it to better myself. At the time when I said it, I thought I was going to find a greener grass on the pasture side. But, when that person's not physically here no more, like, she's here, but not in this house. It truly hits, man. But I think that's what God's plan was. It's like, hey, you're taking this woman for granted. You should not do that. Let's take her out of the equation and see how you feel then. And that's what it did. It really hit me hard, and I've told her that in multiple messages. But I know it's a process, and I know I have to get myself better if I'm going to be better for her and her kid. But yeah, my name's Ben. I just wanted to Everybody says you need a hobby. I've never really had a hobby. I was big time on football in high school, man. Like, I love training after practice. I thought I was going to go play in college. Never thought about the NFL. I'm too short. 5 foot nothing. I was like Rudy. I used to watch that movie every Thursday night before game day. It got me pumped up, man. Like, it got me physically and mentally just ready to go to war. I mean, I'm not saying that football is war, but you know what I mean. Like, if you ever had a bunch of, your teammates and felt camaraderie and felt meaning, like you meant for something. If you played football in high school, you know what I mean. And that team across from the field, that was your enemy, and you needed to protect your field or go ruin theirs, whatever. I'm not trying to be here about sports. I love talking about sports. Not really a big sports fan as I used to be. But yeah, I mean, I think that version, that's what it means. It means don't give your problems to poison, but give them to God. God's advice and God's passion and love for us is free. We don't have to spend money on it. Money is no option to Him. Even the most wicked person, he loves, because He loved everybody. I mean, He gave His only Son so we can all have a shot to go to heaven. I got another verse here too. Yes, I'm reading this off my phone. I do have a Bible, but I'm not very good at reading the Bible all the time. I'm not saying I don't read it, but just the wording, it gets me confused. This is Peter, chapter 5, verse 7. It says, it encouraged believers to cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you, highlighting the importance of relying on God's strength during tough times. Okay? That sounds about right. Like last night when I asked God, well, actually this morning I was getting ready for work, and I asked God, I said, man, I need you. During my last job, it seemed like he was there, and I was about to give up on my last job. There's been multiple days I was just ready to quit. I can't do it. Bills don't care if you quit; they'll still come, and me and my kid, we need a place to live. So I've got to go out and sweat, deal with all kinds of bunch of stuff. But yeah, I mean, He didn't let me give up. Did I like the finishing product of my job? No, I didn't. I won't go into detail, but it didn't meet my standards. But I will say it was done correctly. Yeah, I mean, that's what that verse means. It says, cast all, basically I'm going to reset it. Cast all your anxiety, all your depression, give it to God, because when times are hard, He'll take your pain. So, again, stop going to the store, stop going to your dealer and buying drugs, or going to the store and buying poison. It's all poison. I've never really done drugs, so I can be proud about that. And I hope if you're doing it, please stop. Get help. I've seen people, loved ones, I've seen friends go down that path and lose everything. So I'm just gonna. This is just an intro of my channel that I plan on starting. It's gonna be about. Honestly, man, it's gonna be about Christian stuff. So just be prepared. Like, I'm gonna read verses out of the Bible as much as I can. It helps me, and I hope it can help somebody down the line. I'm gonna talk about my progress. Today's day 1. 0 alcohol. When I set goals, I set them small. So I set mine for a week. It's probably been about 6 months since I've not had a beer. So it will be challenging. Today was a pretty good start. I didn't feel no temptation to go home and to go by a store and grab me a beer. I came home and started figuring out how I was going to do all this. But yeah, I just think that we need to give all our problems to God and leave that poison alone. The devil wants to give you poison because just know he's stuck where he's at. He can roam the earth, but he's stuck. If anybody knows anything about the Bible, and I don't think it says much about it in the Bible, but Lucifer was an angel. He was like Gabriel and Michael. Gabriel. He was one of the top angels, and he deceased God. He wanted to be more powerful than God, so God cast him out of heaven and sent him to hell. But in the long run, he gives the devil freedom to try to pull us down because he wants to test your faith. And I think my buddy told me this last night. He's like, hey, it's just a test of faith. And so that's where I feel like with the relationship thing, I never wanted to break up. I just wanted to get better for that person. I told her a lot of deep stuff about why I get depressed a lot. We were together when my mom passed. She's seen how bad I could get, for real. And I don't want people to see me that way, So, I know this video is kind of carried on. I've kind of talked about different types of topics, but if you come across this video and it touches you, that's all I want. I don't want money. I go to work. I'm blessed with a decent job. Not the best job, but a decent job. And I'm able to pay my bills and provide for my kids. So I don't need money from people. I just hope this video can touch someone that's going through hard times right now. And if you're watching this and drinking a beer and it's something you're doing, I know people who drink beer just because they want the taste of it. And I know people that drink like one beer a month. Hey, that's cool. I don't promote it, but I'm saying it's fine. You can do what you want to do. It's your life, your world. I'm just giving you my story. And everybody that knows me knows that when you see me, you probably see a beer in my hand on the weekend or when I get off work. But no more. I'm putting it down and I'm keeping it down and I'm no longer doing it no more. I'm done, man. Like, I'm 100% done. I'm gonna go back to giving my life to God and bettering myself for that one person that I need back in my life. So I just hope this video, I know it's kind of off topic. Now there is one more. Well, there's two more. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 to 30. It says, Jesus invites those who are weary and burdened to come to him for rest, offering promise of relief from emotional struggles. Then you got Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. This verse exhorts us not to fear, for God is with us, providing strength and support in our darkest moments. So Jesus wants you to actually, he wants to give you relief. He wants to take your stress. But he died on the cross for us. He took pain. He was stabbed. He had thorns pushed down on his head. He was mocked. He was toting a cross. He was beaten. He did it because he loved you. And he still loves you today, even if you're not loving him. That last verse, it talks about your darkest times. I've had a lot of dark days, but I think yesterday was probably the darkest one I've ever come across. And he saved me, and my friend saved me, because they woke me up. And I was drunk. Like I've always usually am on, no matter if it was work or weekend. I never went to work drunk, I'm just saying. I always had some beer that I could drink when I got home. And I felt like it made me feel better. And I'd blare my music up, and, you know, then I'd get depressed when it was bedtime. And then I usually felt like doo-doo in the morning, just being honest. So, I hope these verses can help someone. Just know, stop buying the poison, save your money, ask God for help, ask God for clearance. You may not get the answer right away, but He's going to show you a path that you need to be on. Peace.